Hi and welcome to episode 3673 of How Weird Does Luise Heinzel's Brain Work? And before I forget it, and before I get lost in this project, Merry Christmas to all of you who celebrate that today. And of course, Merry Christmas to all of you who celebrate that perhaps tomorrow. This is another video of Dephemerember 2024. I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen here, but what I know is that Barbara at 49 Dragonflies, this little woman here, said to me today that I shall do my silly project. So here it is. This is finished. Bye-bye. I'm just kidding. We talked about the prompts and what we have to do today and so on, you know. And I told her about some struggles I had with this idea. And I said I have somehow the feeling that I want to do this even if I had some struggles with this idea, and that the struggles gave me motivation. So she said, well, then I can do this silly thing. So I have obviously her permission to do this. It was also because I already had recorded my German video, and I thought I had so many problems there that I wanted to make a voiceover over my German video in English so that you can understand what I did there. But obviously you can see this is like live. And I was also struggling with my decision of how I want to make this whole thing, if I want to make a voiceover or not. But at the same time, something happened in the German video which was for me, something really important to tell the people out there. And that is also something which I find important that you know that. And because of that, I had this discussion with Barbara, and then we joked a little bit, because joking is always good to give each other motivation, of course. And because of that, she made this joke with the silly project. But what I'm trying to say here is my brain did something with the prompt list which brought me to an idea which then didn't work so well, even if in the first moment, that was this moment, it looked like it would work really well. And then later on, the struggle turned into a really real thing. So we will see what this is going to become, if this is like, struggle as well or not. But I'm just thinking if I want to do this here, like on the other piece, or a little different. But before I decide that, I have to decide that fast, because I don't want this paste to dry, which, by the way, was the texture paste Black Opaque by Ranger and Tim Holtz, one of the most amazing pastes in the world. My weird brain told me photo frame and steam. It was ignoring the punk for a little second, and butterfly. And then I thought, okay, photo frame and steam and punk and butterfly. And then my brain reminded me of a really amazing artist I once met in Rome. And that is Deco the Fire Artist. I have told you about him several different times in different videos. He makes really great artwork with fire. And that was like coming together in my brain. But the first thing was I thought about steam. black. Steam. I don't know how I could miss this medium for such a long time. I bought this the other day. I have not so much experience with this yet, but let's see if this can work. In the German video, I spritzed the spray after I had removed the die cut. Barbara, this is the reason why I want to do it live instead of making a voiceover. Can you understand me? Oh my goodness. So obviously, I'm using this die cut, which is, by the way, the perspective... Woo! The perspective butterfly by Zizix and Tim Holtz. One of the most amazing die cuts in this world, if not the most amazing die cut in this world. The number is there under my Dephemerember journal. I will in a second show you the package and tell you the number, of course, but I need to take this off. Otherwise, where are my tweezers? Otherwise, the paste will dry too much. And then I can't get it off. Is that everything I have put on there? Yes, I think so. Oh, okay. So this is how the perspective butterfly looks in total. And the number is 665201. This is nice, but it's not so very steamy yet. And I will now try to make this a little more steamy, but shall I perhaps? No, I will spritz the water directly. I just thought if I shall dry it a tiny little bit, but I think that is not a good idea because I don't know if I can reactivate the spray then enough, because the texture paste is obviously still wet, and I don't know if it then, if I would dry it, would react differently than I want it. And I want a really light coat of the spray. Okay, it makes not such a big difference if you do it like this, or if you would spray the white spray after removing the stencil. But what you can, of course, control better is where you want to leave it completely black. Oh my goodness, I love this so much. This is now really unexpected because I spontaneously decided to spritz the white spray before removing the stencil. And now the butterfly is white, of course. And I'm thinking, why don't we leave him white? Originally I thought I want to make him black, because that is what I did in my German video, but why do we need to do it exactly the same? There is absolutely no need to do that. And I also think that is perhaps, it could be perhaps helpful for you if you watch both videos on my channel, the German and the English one. You will always see slightly different results. That is, on the one hand, because I'm not a machine, and I think that's good. And on the other hand, it's because, yeah, I learned something in between of the videos. And depending on which one I record first, it's a little different for you. What you see, what I have learned. Do you know what I mean? And that is also, of course, influencing the content of the video. But I think it would look really cool if we would do it like this. I already also have the body here. Please don't ask why it's cut off. I'm just thinking if I shall add the body as well, or if I don't need the body.
Dephemerember, where hearts unite. With every piece we shine so bright. Across the world our spirits soar.
We can let this dry then while we prepare the photo frame. When I read the prompt list and I read photo frame, I was like, what the heck is a photo frame? A photo frame, for my understanding, is something which hangs on the wall with a photo inside, like these wooden frames, and there's a photo and then it hangs there on the wall. And I thought, hey, how can I do that in my journal? And I'm just realizing that this photo I have chosen shows Christmas. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen that before. I just have taken this because I want to use this material of this photo to make a photo frame from it. But I didn't realize that here is Christmas. That is a really wonderful coincidence. Okay, so we are going to take this. And where is my embossing folder now, which I wanted to use? Is that a sign? Okay, because perhaps that is a sign, because I had another one, which I can't find anymore now. It must be somewhere over there. I have this very steampunk-ish folder, but when I imagine a frame made out of this, around this, I have the feeling that this is too rough for this. So of course you could use something like this, but yeah, well, perhaps it would be worth a try, but I don't want to take any risks. So I think I will use this one. I will run the photo through this embossing folder now, and then cut a frame out of the photo, and then I have my photo frame, because I have no idea what a photo frame is. But if I don't have an idea, I do my own interpretation of that, and then, you know, I have it. So here we go. That is so interesting. Look, I mean, here are a lot of these dots, and here where the boy's face is, there are no dots. So he you know, he stayed intact. That that is somehow a sign as well. Perhaps we shall do something with the boy on another day. Because I was expecting that he would get lost with this step. So then I want to take this and I line this up here on my mat, and I want to have a frame which is 1/2 inch wide. So I take my ruler, place that here, and I take this thing, oh no, I can't see where. Okay, first need to cut like this and then move this a little bit, otherwise I can't see where 1/2 inch is. And then I cut around with, you know, the same distance here to get a nice frame from this. Do we need a color here on the frame? Or can we just do that with white? I think we can just do that with white. And with do that, I mean bring out the pattern of the embossing folder. Oh yes, okay, that is perfect. I can already see that. So let's just smear some picket fence crayon on here. Shall we perhaps try to get the, how is that called? this top part of the circles. Shall we try to get those black again, or the color of the photo again, because or even black, because here, look, that looks really cool there, where these tips, is that the word, are black. I use only a little bit. Well, and I really don't care if something like that happens or something like this, because that looks good and even more, yeah, like steam, because yeah, I'm still thinking about this artist, Deco the fire artist, because what he does is he takes paintings which are painted by a woman called Irene. I also have told you about her in the past, I think. And no, I don't think, I'm sure. And she paints the paintings, which he then alters with a special technique. And now the frame. And that special technique works with fire. And that is why, yeah, this whole thing is here now on my desk. I need to go in here and remove some of the crayon, because this is too light for my liking. That looks even better than before. What do you think? Oh, yeah. And I think it's way warmer now, even if we are talking about, yeah, nearly black and white here. Deco the fire artist takes the paintings Irene makes, and then he takes a special kind of plastic and he burns that with fire to get this, yeah, characteristic effect, the characteristic effect of his artworks. A while ago, I got this strange material in a Happy Mail with a note, somehow like, I found this, I don't know what this is, but I'm sure you can make something cool out of this. When I used this and I came with heat from my heat tool to this material, it turned into this orange color. I mean, what is that? So I thought, and that is something I haven't tried, is it perhaps possible to get somehow something from this butterfly to this material by heating it up? I want to have this material as a symbol for this plastic material Deco uses. And this will not burn in a way his material burns. Because what... Nein, nicht verrutschen. Du bleibst da, wo du... Oh no, du bleibst da, wo du bist. Du verrutscht nicht. Don't move, du butterfly, du. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness, this is too much wind. This will not get black by my heat tool, because this is obviously not fire. But I want to try to get something on here from the butterfly, and this is, yeah, inspired by Deco. Oh no. Well, it looks like an accident. Let's see. Dear butterfly, even if I have cut you in half, please don't wreck my nerves, okay? We can do something with this, even if it turned out totally different than I thought, but we have to first decide about the exact position of this butterfly.
With every piece we shine so bright. Across the world our spirits soar.
who says that it can't be like this? That is good. Look how much we see here. That is very good. So then, let's take this and let's see what this pattern and this little dirt that came there in the German, during the German video, what do you want to tell us? It wants to tell us that we shall take this, put this under here. How was that? Oh no. By the way, you could use an acetate from a packaging or so as well. Where is my ballpoint pen now, please? Okay. It would not change the color, but if you heat it up and if you use a packaging or something like that, which is plastic, then please make sure if you do something with your heat tool that you don't burn yourself and that you don't turn the plastic into nothing, okay? I mean, some plastic things would probably melt if you would heat them. You could, for example, use an overhead transparency for something like this as well. And if you want to make it in a color, like this orange is here now, you could use on an overhead transparency, and I'm talking about a printable overhead transparency, you could use distress spray stain, distress inks, and so on. They can dry on that material, but you could also use, of course, some other mediums to color that or stain that, or how is that said in combination with plastic, I don't know. And what happens here now is something totally different than in the other video, so that is really good, because I don't feel like I'm showing you a copy anymore, and that also shows that we have many different possibilities to do one and the same thing. Of course, I'm using the same materials here like I have used in my German video, but this is, I will show you the other thing in the end of this video. You will see this is something really different, and this feels a little bit like I would follow my own tutorial somehow, but adding my own twist to it. And yeah, that is something I would love if you would do that as well. Of course, there's no problem with doing something exactly like Barbara and I do that in the videos, but in the most cases that is not so possible for you, because you probably don't have exactly the same materials like we have. And with that, hopefully something like this happens at your desk as well, so that you take the materials you have, and if you don't have such a plastic, then you perhaps have something else and take that. And now I would like to have this burnt edge here on the outside, but also somehow here. I go along the lighter area here, so that this, can you see, this looks like a flame somehow, that stays there. Okay, so then I take my scissors and now I cut the lighter part of this plastic off, but along this black burnt line I just made. Okay. Okay, I think I have to change my plan, because this is really, really nice, but I think this burnt effect is too much when it's on the butterfly. Now it's invisible, I know. But if you look closer, you can still see this here through the butterfly. Perhaps even like this. And when then this is on a journal page later, you could see it like so. Oh, I think I like that better. How to attach this now? I need to take this off first. I go to my sewing machine with this and sew around here. And since we are talking about steampunk, and in this case without cutting the word in half, but you know, steampunk in total, I think I want to use some staples to attach this here. I'm really excited what Barbara will do with this. Or when you see this and hear me saying this sentence, I should say what she has done with this, because when you hear this sentence, she has her video finished, obviously, and it's online. But from my perspective, it's what she will do, because I know that she hasn't done this prompt yet. This is really crazy, because it's talking so loud, but somehow not clear enough. And can we do something with these as well? I mean, we have these pieces here. That looks even more like steam than the layer underneath. Let's decide that in a second. I have some metal pieces here. Not very steampunk at first glance, but I like these, like, you know, if you think about steampunk, you would perhaps at first glance think about gears or so. But why can't we think about something like this? I mean, yeah, you can use, I would say you can use everything you want, like always. And that's exactly what I want to do here. I want to build somehow, yeah, parts of the body of the butterfly with the help of these metal pieces. I also found this little dragon in my stash. I just changed my mind. First I thought I want to search for pieces, like for example this arrow, and put that there where it would make sense shape-wise on the butterfly. That is way better. That is way better. Look how this torn area, yeah, what shall I say? It's better. I also have these little antennas here. Is that now steampunk enough? I mean, what is happening here?
Dephemerember, where hearts unite. With every piece we shine so bright. Across the world our spirits soar, creating together forevermore. From simple scraps to colors bold, we wrap our stories into gold. Each prompt a spark, a joyful ember, bringing warmth in Dephemerember. Dephemerember, where hearts unite. With every piece we shine so bright. Across the world our spirits soar, creating together forevermore. Share our dreams, our smiles. creativity continues to grow. With each creation, love we render, binding us close in Dephemerember. Dephemerember, where hearts unite. With every piece we shine so bright. Across the world our spirits soar, creating together forevermore. So
not so bad. That is not so bad. Weird. The longer I look at it, the more I like it. Even if it's completely different than what I originally had in mind and what I did in my German video. This is the thing from the German video. Here, the butterfly is, you know, filled up with these elements, and the body is, yeah, like puzzled together, or how do you say that, pieced together from these elements, from this arrow and this little thing. And I think this here is the most important thing on this piece, so that this could work on here. It's something completely different, but I really like both of these interpretations. Is that a word? Hopefully. Because, I mean, this came with the same idea, with the same inspiration from, you know, the same materials, but it's completely different, and that is really crazy. But in a really positive way, crazy. I want some splatters here as well. On the other piece I have used white for the splatters, but here I think we need gold. And I just wanted to take this and put that here into my little bowl to not lose it. And I'm just thinking, shall I do that? I think, oh wow, I think I want to do that, because this way, oh yeah, this way it looks like this was part of a flower or so, and here is the center. I think that is something where I the whole time thought with this dragon, the shape of the dragon is pretty long, and it's not round, not symmetric or so, but this flower doesn't hinder the dragon to be a dragon, but it's now a center, and from here everything spreads to the sides, if that is English. Yeah. Let's use this color for the splatters instead of gold, because I think that fits really well to this, and perhaps we can even paint this flower with this color.
With every piece we shine so bright across the world.
So I will definitely put something heavy on here, because the glue is obviously not dry yet, so that holds really well, and that will then go into my journal later. So that was photo frame and steampunk butterfly. And if you want to see another episode of how my brain works, then you can do that tomorrow on December 25th with the prompt double tag and mechanical garden. That seems to have a connection, doesn't it? But if that is really the case, I have no idea. I have to think about this. I have absolutely no idea what I want to do with this prompt. I have to think about an idea, but that will happen during the night, and then you will see that tomorrow. And please don't forget to check out Barbara's video on today's prompt. I'm really excited what she has done with this steampunk prompt. Perhaps she also went an alternative way because this for me is not so typically steampunk compared to this, but who knows? If you want to know what she has done, hop over to her channel and check that out. So have a very great day, and if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.